We've got the Hey Chick stamp set and the coordinating dies that now we have to go with that. And like I was saying, some of you may have the Hey Chick stamp set already, but fantastic that we now have dies that go with it, as well as some extra images that coordinate. I'll put that up there. And then we also have the Hey Birthday Chick stamp set, which is in the mini catalog, and now they've released dies to go with that one as well. And again, it's got the outlines to go with the chicks, and then it's got a few other little images and events and a happy birthday to go with it. And one thing that, I mean, maybe everyone else noticed, but I didn't notice till today, that these are actually the same chickens as each other, just in different poses. So you have like the fat, more white one, you have this one with lots more feathers, and then you have this one with the crazy hair on both of them. So you can have one for the front of your card, or one for the inside, and one for the inside of your card, and they just work really well together. Now on top of those, I also pulled out the all wired up background stamp, so it's just one large stamp. This is one that just works really well with those images, so you might want to consider, if you're getting those, to add this as well. So this is just a cute little card that I'm going to show you a few little tips about how to put it together, and then show you this Stampin' Blends as well. And I'm going to do this one in a different color, just so we have a different colorway for the sample. So I'm going to start with a base of Whisper White, and I've taken to cutting my card bases so they are, now I can't work it out, they end up being 5.5 by 4.25, and that way it works for no matter what country you're watching from. You either, in New Zealand and Europe, you'd either trim it just a tiny bit shorter, and if you're in the United States, you would trim it 1/8 of an inch less wide if you're holding it this way. But so that's the size of the card base. And then this layer here, I've cut that to 5 1/8 by 3 3/4 inches, and then matted that on a piece of white. And I'm using that Oso ombre paper that is that is a celebration gift. And I thought it was quite cute because it's got the ombre look, but also those little circles are, you know, not totally far off of eggs. So if you are thinking about doing little Easter gifts and things, that might be a good little pack of paper to get as well. I wanted to do some Easter projects with these chickens, but I just ran out of time when I was working today, so I'll do that on another Facebook Live. We'll do some Easter projects. And then we have the little tag. So I've cut that to 2 3/4 inches by about 4 inches. And you can see that it's just a rectangle. So I'm going to actually scissor the tag, and I'm going to show you a little tip about how to do that. And I am using the thick basic white. First, you're just going to cut one corner off one side, and then use this little piece, but you need to turn it around, as a template for the second piece. And then trace that, and then you should get a reasonably symmetrical tag, nice and easy. Okay, then I do have another layer on top of the tag. I don't know if you can see that, but so I've cut that to about 2.5 by about 3 inches, and I've used this die. It doesn't actually cut anything. It just has these little crosses on it, like little X's. And I actually had to text my daughter with a picture and say, what in the world is that? I was thinking, is it hay? Is it grass? And she said, no, Mom, it's imprints of chicken feet. So I suppose it could be any of those things, but I think she's probably right that that's what it's intended to be. So we'll go with that. So I just did that die along the bottom here so that our chickens got some little chicken footprints to stand in, I suppose. And we'll just adhere that over the top. It just gives a really subtle border, but it's just a little something. I wanted this card to remain quite clean and like fresh looking, Let's see. And then we're going to add our little circle on the end of our tag here. So I actually cut two I'm thinking the dark one, it just stands out a little better. And just fold that over. It doesn't matter if it's not quite in half, we just want it folded over the edge. And just a little bit of adhesive. And fold that over like so. And then we grab our punch, our hole punch. We don't actually sell these hole punches anymore, but I think most people have one. Or you can get them probably even just at an office supplies store. Okay, so we're looking like that. I think we'll do our ribbon next so that I can put that down. What I've used is the Whisper White seam binding, and some of you are probably saying, oh, of course she is. I use this all the time because it's so soft, and you know, when you don't have just the right color of ribbon, you can always use, well, almost always use white. So I'm just going to thread that through the hole and tie it, and it ties so nicely because it's so soft. And then my tip is always to hold that knot while you're fiddling with it so that it doesn't keep loosening itself. And then you can see I've got some black thread through here, so you may have bought the Playful Pets twine and ribbon combo pack, and there's some black thread or black twine in here if you don't already have you know, other black twine. So all I've done is unravel this, and the thing I found when I was doing this is you need to untwist it slowly. If you pull it too fast, you'll end up with a big knot. Okay? Because it's obviously been twisted and somehow held that way, so it's quite curly. And then we're just going to tie that into a bow. Fiddle those how you want. Now this twine is already, because it's been curled, it's already kind of crinkly anyway. I'm just going to leave it. I'm not going to fiddle with that right now, but then we're going to go ahead and adhere that on. And you just you could put it in the middle. I like to have it, you know, a little bit like 1/3, 2/3. Okay, but you can have it however you want. And I'm just trim those up, trim that up, and you do need to have a good pair of scissors to cut your ribbons. Okay, then we will do our chicken. So we want to stamp our chicken in Memento Black on Whisper White. It's all right, which I've already stamped that, but I just want to show you this is what you use, Memento Black, because I have colored that in. I was going to slide those in so smoothly, but just grabbed them in a big mess. So I've used the Dark and Light Mango Melody, the Dark and Light So Saffron, Dark Poppy Parade, Dark Pumpkin Pie, and then the Color Lifter and Smoky Slate. I pretty much use the Color Lifter and Smoky Slate on every project. Now I'm not going to color the whole thing right now, but basically what I would do is choose what area is going to be, you know, your darkest area, and start with your Dark Mango Melody. I'll just do a little section here quickly. And then you would grab your Light Mango Melody and blend that in. Now you can use little tiny circles, or you can sort of dot it, or whatever feels right to you. Oops. Okay, and then, oops, you would grab your So Saffron, your Dark So Saffron, and you'd blend that, and then you'd blend your Light So Saffron. Okay, so you get the idea. And then, let me grab my finished one. And then when you have colored it in, maybe through the very middle, I would use the Color Lifter just to lighten that area. And then you could take your Smoky Slate, and I've just added a little bit of Smoky Slate down here, and maybe like in the crease under the arm, and right here where there would be darker shadows, and then you could blend that through as well. So the Smoky Slate's not really a color that you would notice, but it just adds that little bit darker shade so it's sort of the opposite of the color lifter, where you know, when you blend the colors, you can get so many shades, but when you add the color lifter and a gray marker, then you can get even more. And then we'll add this dancing chicken on top of the little chicken feet, like that. And I like these two colors together. And then for the words, let me move these out of the way. For the words, I've white embossed "You're a Spring Chicken" on basic black. And I actually went through quite a few die sets looking for something that would kind of fit nicely around that. And what I found was actually this guy. And I can't remember if I've used this one on a live. I know I've used it in class. This is the Many Messages die, and it does come with a stamp where it stamps all these words once, and then you put the die over it and cut it through once. But this one's also great for words outside of that particular stamp set. So you can use it to go through and decide which one you want on your other words and what one fits. So it's actually a pretty cool die to have. So I chose one and already cut that out. Let me move that out of the way. And we'll put that on our project here. And I'm using the black dimensionals. The last thing is we'll add some sequins and stuff. I always have embellishments. Maybe not always, but I think actually probably yes, always. So do we want this color or do we want the blue? I think I'm actually going to go with the yellow. Okay, so, and I'm adding some pearls. There you go. So that is an easy way to use this chicken. So let me show you some other samples that I've made. So this one's one of my favorites. So this is a nice little shaker card, as you can see. Sorry, my light's glaring on that. And I use the all wired up stamp set on acetate here with black stays on, and then made a shaker card. And you can see I've used the same chicken we just used, but from the other set. And I've actually put in some buckwheat here because that's what I had on hand at home. And I couldn't find embellishments that looked good on this because I didn't think sparkly things really worked. So I actually just grabbed some more grains of the actual buckwheat and glued them on the front. So that's just something a little bit different. Okay. And then I thought I wanted to use this to make a little Valentine's card for my husband. So there is a little heart on there. And I've used the chicken with the crazy hair and kept it really neutral. And used the In Good Taste papers, obviously one of the wood grains. And I actually called my husband today and said, should the wood go horizontally or vertically? And he was wondering what I was building, and I told him it was just for a card, and he laughed at me. But, you know, we do these things to our husbands. He said actually it didn't matter, that it could go either way, not just on a card, but for real, as a builder. And then I took the Forever Greenery trim and cut it in half, so it's a little bit frayed, losing a few strands here, and tied that through just so it wasn't too much like, you know, bows and ribbons. It was just like rope and stuff. And then put the fence on the back here. And then inside I used the same chick, the same crazy hair chick, but from the other stamp set, so the different pose on the inside. And then I'll probably stamp in here Happy Valentine's Day, or his birthday is actually a few days before Valentine's Day, so I could use it for either occasion. And also wanted to remind people that I have this skin tone blends chart up for free on my website if you want to download it. So I have it where you can download it just like this and just print it out. It won't be completely true to color from, you know, printing, or you can download the blank chart and fill it in with your actual blends, and then you get, you know, perfect color. And that was actually helpful for me to use the blends that I had to create some different shades if I wanted the whole thing to be quite neutral. So it's useful even for, not for skin tones, for other things. And then the last project I wanted to share with you this evening is using the little tiny baby chick, because I thought this would make a really cute little birthday card for someone who's turning 1 or 2, or even for a new baby card. So I thought just Hey Chick was appropriate for even a new baby, maybe for someone you knew quite well. And I've used the papers from the Sand and the Sea, because it's quite soft pastels, and then use the little tiny heart embellishments from the snail mail suite, but they're quite cute to just mix in with any of your other things as well. All right, ladies and gentlemen, whoever is watching, I hope you enjoyed that, and I will go through and put the link for where to find these products in about 5 minutes. And thanks for spending the evening with me, and have a good rest of your night. Bye-bye.